It was a cold afternoon in November. Donald Trump, wearing a long navy black coat and a bright red tie, was walking down Chicago's famous Michigan Avenue. He was in town for a meeting, but decided to take a walk before returning to his hotel. Feeling the energy of the city gave him a sense of peace amidst the daily rush. As he passed a corner near Millennium Park, his eyes suddenly caught sight of something. A woman sitting by the side of a building, wrapped in a thin blanket, caught his attention. Her clothes were old, her face weary, and her hands trembling from the cold. In front of her was a cardboard sign that read, "Veteran in need, please help." Trump paused. While the crowd around him continued moving, he took a step forward and approached the woman. People watched in astonishment as he stopped to engage in such a moment of compassion. "Ma'am," Trump said softly, his voice filled with concern. "What's your name?" The woman lifted her head, not expecting such a kind approach, especially from Donald Trump. "My name is Teresa," she said hesitantly. "Teresa Hensley." "Nice to meet you, Teresa," Trump said, lowering himself to her level. "What are you doing here? Your sign says you're a veteran. Is that true?" The woman lowered her gaze, nodding. "Yes, it's true. I served in the military for 12 years, but I got injured during a mission. Ever since then, my life has gone downhill." Looking into her eyes, Trump took a deep breath. "Why are you sitting here? Don't you have a place to stay?" he asked. "No," Teresa replied quietly. "I lost my home because I couldn't pay the rent. Now I live here on the streets. I'm trying to find work, but it's not easy." Her words struck a chord with Trump. The thought of someone who had dedicated years to serving her country ending up in such a situation was unacceptable to him. He decided to take immediate action. Taking out his phone, he made a call. "Teresa," he said, locking eyes with her, "stay here. I'm going to help you." On the other end of the call was Margaret, Trump's longtime assistant. "Margaret," Trump said firmly, "find the nearest hotel right away. Also, arrange for an emergency doctor. We need to help a veteran." "Yes, Mr. Trump," Margaret replied without hesitation. Hanging up the phone, Trump turned back to Teresa. "First, we need to get you warm," he said. He walked over to a nearby food cart and bought her a hot soup and a sandwich. While she ate, he tried to learn more about her past. Teresa spoke about her time in the military, the friends she had lost, and how difficult the transition to civilian life had been. Trump listened intently to every word. A few minutes later, a black SUV pulled up to the curb. Margaret had worked quickly. A professional driver stepped out and opened the door. "Teresa," Trump said, helping her to her feet, "we're taking you to a safe place." The woman hesitated for a moment, her face a mixture of shock and gratitude. "Why are you doing this, Mr. Trump? You don't even know me." Trump replied with determination, "Because someone has to, Teresa." The SUV drove them to a nearby luxury hotel. The staff, prepped by Margaret's arrangements, welcomed Teresa not as a guest, but almost as a VIP. A warm shower, a comfortable bed, and clean clothes awaited her. Soon after, a doctor arrived at the hotel to assess Teresa's health and prescribe any necessary medication. Meanwhile, Margaret contacted a non-profit organization that helps veterans. Within an hour, a representative from Veterans United Support Services named Lisa arrived at the hotel. She sat down with Teresa to discuss how they could help her rebuild her life. "Teresa," Lisa said, "we'll find you a shelter, provide job training, and be here for anything you need." Teresa couldn't hold back her tears. Turning to Trump, who was watching quietly from a corner, she said, "Mr. Trump, you've changed my life. What can I do for you?" Trump smiled and replied kindly, "I only ask one thing of you, Teresa. When you can, help someone else in need." "I will," Teresa said with determination. The next day, everything changed for Teresa. Temporary housing was arranged for her, and her rent for the next year was covered by the Trump Foundation. She was also given a check to cover her immediate needs. Before leaving the hotel, Trump shook Teresa's hand and said, "You're going to do great things." "Thanks to you," Teresa replied, her eyes shining with newfound hope. That cold day in Chicago marked the beginning of a transformation Teresa would never forget. Thank you for watching. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications for more heartwarming stories. Have a great day.